The biggest mistake people make when cooking chicken in the air fryer is overcooking it. Out of the thousands of comments I get on YouTube, all too often I get a hater telling me that chicken in the air fryer is just too tough and dry. My response to them, sorry my friend, you're doing it wrong. Today I'm sharing the top 5 mistakes that people make when air frying chicken and how to fix them. Plus I have a controversial bonus tip at the end. My name is Kathy and I empower air fryer owners. You ready? Let's go. The very first mistake people make is following recipes to a T. What? You're telling me not to follow recipes? First of all, I cannot tell you how many times I've seen recipes that tell you to cook chicken breast for like 20 to 25 minutes at 400 degrees. No wonder people hate chicken in the air fryer. If you follow all of my tips, you won't have that problem. But let's first consider air fryers are different. Just like ovens, just like microwaves, they all cook slightly differently. The size of air fryers vary, the wattage, there's a lot of factors. But even more importantly, you've got to consider the food that you're air frying. It's slightly different from what I'm air frying. Case in point, chicken. If I'm cooking a large chicken breast and your chicken breast is a little bit thinner, your chicken breast is going to cook a lot faster than mine. Or let's consider the temperature before you even start cooking. If you're pulling your chicken straight out of the fridge and my chicken has been sitting on the counter resting for 30 minutes, which hint, I do recommend this. Even if our chicken was the exact same size and thickness, my chicken that's been sitting on the counter is going to take less time to cook than your chicken that came out of the fridge. So how do you fix it? Yes, it's okay to use recipes as a guideline. And if you purchased my air fryer cheat sheet, you'll see that I actually give a cook time range for all of these proteins that are listed on this cheat sheet. So the secret is to use an instant read meat thermometer. These little tools will ensure you get your food cooked perfectly every single time. Now there are a lot more tips for not overcooking your chicken, but if you do nothing else that I tell you, I'm preaching this to you. You've got to get yourself an instant read meat thermometer. By the way, I list all of my favorite tools at airfryertools.com, including instant read meat thermometers. But maybe you're wondering, how do I know what the internal temperature is supposed to be? There's a lot of different foods. Well, for chicken, it's 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Not sure what the internal temperature of foods should be? I've got you, my friend. Check out my free download that lists the internal temperatures for meats and seafoods and even baked goods. You can download it, print it out, and I like to hang mine inside the cabinet door right above my air fryer. Then you'll know when your food is cooked perfectly. After you watch this entire video, you can go to internaltemperaturecharts.com, or you can just snag my air fryer cheat sheet that has even more foods and it tells you the time and temperature to cook them at. Mistake number 2, not patting your chicken dry. Now, whether you wash your chicken or you don't wash your chicken, I know there's an eternal debate whether or not you should wash your chicken. You do you. Whatever you do, pat your chicken dry. Otherwise, that moisture is going to steam the exterior of your chicken, but if you pat it dry, you'll get that nice brown exterior. And if you're cooking chicken that has skin on it, it'll get nice and crispy. Mistake number 3, cooking uneven chicken. Now we are told to take the temperature of the thickest part of the chicken to make sure it's cooked thoroughly, right? But what about the part that gets super duper thin? It's gonna be super dry and overcooked and nasty. So if you've got a chicken breast with a big old fat side, here's what you can do. You can slice right through the chicken breast and you'll have 2 cutlets. Or you could pound your chicken down. That way it'll come to a nice even thickness. You could put your chicken in a plastic bag and pound it down. You could put it in between parchment paper or even in between plastic wrap. That way your chicken's gonna cook nice and evenly throughout, and it'll probably cook a little bit faster too. Mistake number 4 is not seasoning your chicken. At the very least, please, let's use some salt and pepper. But have some fun experimenting with different seasoning blends. I have several different ideas for cooking chicken in your air fryer in my cookbook and on this channel. Keep watching to the end because then I'll link you to another video chock full of chicken recipes. Something to keep in mind is if you're gonna season with a dry rub, after you pat it dry, lightly mist it with some oil and then season your chicken. The oil is gonna help with the seasoning stick to the chicken. I recommend olive oil or avocado oil. We got one more mistake and a couple little bonus tips. So mistake number 5, not rotating the chicken. Unless you have the Kasori dual blaze air fryer that has a burner on the bottom and the top, you've gotta rotate the chicken. That way you're gonna get nice even cooking and it's gonna get beautiful and brown on both sides of the chicken. The nice thing is, like on my Kasori Pro 2 air fryer, there's a shake reminder button. If I turn that on, it's gonna alert me when we're halfway through cooking, then I can just flip my chicken and move on with my day. Now for the bonus tips. I know you're already wondering, do I have to preheat my air fryer fryer. I'm a lazy cook. That's why I love the air fryer. Last year, I thoroughly tested whether or not it made a difference if you preheated your air fryer. Honestly, I didn't see a huge difference when I preheated versus not preheating. In my opinion, you can still get great results if you don't preheat your air fryer. It's just a personal preference. And the last tip is don't forget about the science of carryover cooking. What is carryover cooking? Basically, meat's gonna continue cooking after you pull it away from the heat source. That's simply because the exterior is hotter than the interior and the heat travels to the cooler spots in the meat. It'll make it more juicy and less dry. So since we know that chicken is safe to eat when it hits 165 degrees, I will remove it from the air fryer when that internal temperature is right at about 158, 160. Then you can just cover it with foil and let it rest for 5 to 10 minutes and boom, you have perfect juicy chicken. And now that you're a chicken pro, check out these chicken air fryer recipes right here and make sure you're not making any of these other air fryer mistakes because